father was a great man. A hero, so they say. Sometimes the world doesn't need another hero. Sometimes what it needs is a monster.
Yeah, what we have to be clear about is that it's not the Dracula that everybody knows. It's not Bram Stoker's Dracula. It's the same character, but it's the person that Dracula was. There's a lot of history married into the fictional story, but we're going sort of 600 years earlier than the Dracula that everybody knows, because we're telling a very different story, and I think that's something that I want to impress, is that it's the story of the man behind the legend and not the legend straight off. It turns into the legend, but it's the fantastic story of the evolution and the creation and the development of this creature.
I think what drew me to the project was the idea that we're lifting, I think, the whole vampire storyline out of the horror genre and planting it into the realm of fantasy. And to me that was really interesting, and I could see it opening up so many doors in terms of the storyline. And then I think when you watch the film, you'll see so many interesting influences, like, you know, samurai movie, like The Princess Bride, like Lord of the Rings. And so you get all of these other elements that make it more than just a vampire story based around, you know, sexuality or something like that.
I liked the idea of where Dracula was meant to have originated, who he was, where he came from, why he became that person. And we have Caligula, you know, there's all sorts of old references. I'm playing a Turkish sultan who was, in fact, a lethal but an incredible warrior.
What's happening to you?
I'm the thing men fear, not a ghost, something else.
So we're talking about a historical figure, Vlad Tepes, who was Transylvanian and was the prince of a country called Wallachia. And he's the historical character behind the fictional legend. And Vlad was married, he had children, he was a just, harsh but just leader, loved by his people, and succeeded in stopping the Ottoman invasion.
She's in the film. She's married to Vlad, who becomes Dracula, and then she's also the mother of Ingress. And I think, although the film has a lot of action, it centers around kind of the family unit, and it's very much about what people do to sacrifice to keep their family together. So I think she also is kind of like the moral compass of the film. So I think she spends a lot of time defending her principles. Even though he turns and he's fighting this other demon inside himself, I think she is also kind of fighting to keep her family together and fighting to keep their relationship together. So I think as difficult as his journey is, I think hers is probably just as difficult, because she's trying to come to terms with, you know, living her life the way she had always thought she would be, and then having to make very difficult decisions.
I play the Turkish Sultan Mehmet II, who is, believe it or not, the evil person in this film that's called Dracula, even though I'm not Dracula. And you meet this Mehmet sort of how early on in the film? Some of the way through, and then it's revealed that Mehmet and Dracula were boys who grew up together, and then this story of their past unfolds. I mean, within this film, there are a lot of the historical references to events that did occur, and they've sort of mixed that in with this fantastical idea of who this man was.
I see the devil inside him! Do you think you are alive because you can fight? You are alive because of what I did to save you!
The